happy to oblige. Competitors, in round 1, you will hear 8 questions. You are allowed to confer with your teammate after each question is asked. Once you think you know the answer, please write down your best guess on the whiteboard provided to you. If you want to write it down, your teammate wants to write it down.
Oh, I'm so excited for it.
Whoever writes it down is fine. When we ask you to reveal the answer, please show it to the cameras. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. Each question in round 1 is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question.
By the way, you're speaking to actors, so you might have to dumb this down a little bit.
I'm sorry, aren't you the star actor of Ash vs.
I'm the dumbest of all.
Well, if you're the dumbest of all, Bruce, we may have made a mistake here because we actually have you administering the questions for round 1.
That's right, Bruce. Are you up
He does
for
know
it?
how to read.
Without further ado, I printed this out in extra big bold type just for you, sir.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Okay, and don't, by the way, make sure he doesn't cheat on the questions, because I have a feeling he might try and change something. Look at his little smile. Look
Duly
at his,
noted.
I know,
Duly
I
noted.
worked with him for
his,
years.
Dana, I'm over his shoulder. I'll make sure it's on the level.
Okay.
Laugh Mob's laugh tracks. We're bringing comedy to
Then
life.
commercials.
Anybody grew up in church? I was in church so much. Oh, here again? Tracks. New Wednesdays at 11:10 Central on True TV.
I don't have cable.
Round 1. 80s horror. What is the name of the main villain in the Hellraiser franchise?
Pinkhead.
Oh, the Hellraiser franchise.
Talk.
Exactly.
Talk. That's
15
enough.
seconds.
They don't need that much.
No.
The reason is they either
Pinkhead.
know it or they don't.
Exactly.
What's the answer? Who's got the right answer?
Flip it! Flip it!
Flip it!
All right, we're flipping it. We're going for it. Bruce has called it.
AKA the lead Cenobite in the first film.
That is correct. Steph, you guys had Pinhead as well.
Pinhead.
1
We had
point.
All right,
did
1
have
to
that.
1. We're off and running. Now we're going into question 2. Bruce, have at it.
Question 2. Horror/sci-fi is the category. What is Sigourney Weaver's character's name in
Oh
the
my
Alien
God.
franchise? Don't shout it out
Oh,
out
yeah,
here
everybody.
now. Tick tock, tick
Ellen Ripley.
tock.
We got it.
All right.
We're going to go to the boomsticks first. Who had the right answer? John Schnapp, you are a part of the boomsticks and you're holding the whiteboard.
Flip it.
That is correct.
Correct. We got Ripley.
It
All
is
right.
Point.
Ding, 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 ding. And
They had
okay.
both names.
Ellen Ripley, full name. All right.
Still only good for 1 point, but it is a tie at 2.
I definitely came up with it.
Cool. Question number 3. Category Bruce Campbell films. If you don't get this right, I'll personally punch you in the face. Which famous person did Bruce portray in the film Bubba Hotel? Please write your answers down.
I know that
Dana's on
one.
it. She knows it. She's got the whiteboard.
It was not Marlon Brando.
All right. What would the answers be?
And we'll go to the Deadites first.
Elvis, baby.
Knocked it out of the park.
Elvis.
Team Boomstick.
Thank you very much.
They copy.
They got
They
it.
copy.
3
Okay, we're
points.
still tied
They
at
did.
3 to 3.
It's a perfect game thus far.
Question number 4. Category 90s horror. Name one of the 4 leads from 1997's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I can name the 2.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I can name.
Sarah
Michelle
Gellar.
Gellar.
Those are the answers, Bruce.
Okay.
Son of a-
Oh.
There we go. And
You really nailed that.
now we could be playing on the honor system.
You know what? Here's how the game works. Is that sometimes one of our announcers is just so courteous that they're going to extend a free point because he loves each one of these teams. However, here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to give you guys each a point for that, but I'm also going to say he only read off 2 names. Can either team name, and go ahead and write it down on your whiteboard, can either team name one of the male stars?
Yes.
One of the 2 male stars.
Yes.
And just to remind him, Bruce, I know you
Freddie
can.
Prinze Jr.
And that's what you get for giving us smack, boss.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we'll go to the Deadites first.
Freddie Prinze.
That is
Oh,
correct.
that's correct.
They got it. If I had a nickel for every time I gave away an answer on the show, Bruce, you are now in the great company of Mark Ellis. And now that is 5 points apiece because you guys each got the bonus point as well. So it is
Thank
5
you.
to 5.
Yeah.
And we go on
5.
to our next category.
Question number 5. Category thrillers. Which Alfred Hitchcock thriller is about a beach community suddenly besieged by killer animals? I won't read the answer.
It's a smart move there,
Yeah.
keeping that answer hidden.
I thought we handled that recovery tremendously.
Quite
The
well.
birds?
They got a
We
bonus
worked
point.
it into our routine.
We should
is
do
what
this
we
more
did.
often together.
We should fail more often
I
together.
like failing with you.
And we go to
Bruce
5.
What's the answer?
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to the boomsticks.
Los pájaros.
Campbell. Birds, they get a point. Deadites.
The bird.
Aviones.
And we're back to being tied again, 6-6. Deadites and boomsticks, keeping it close.
The
When are we-
tension is unbelievable,
Wait,
George.
When are we gonna start
Can you
playing
read the next
game?
one,
Whoa.
boss? Can you read the next one in the voice of every voice you've ever done?
Please,
Fans.
boss, put it in the voice I like. The special voice I like.
Or the fans or the stars voice.
Can I just say something?
Please.
As actors, we have a lot of spare time on set. They think that things that they say are funny. I usually report in some dispiriting way, and it usually stops the conversation. But anything that I were to say now to repeat the frivolity of the set, you'd sit here and go, that wasn't very funny.
I just
It was
never.
the moment
I just
under
wanted
duress.
that voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think
They
we'd
didn't know what
probably
voice.
give you sympathy laughs regardless if you wanted to.
By
attempt
the
it
way,
before.
guys, he did say frivolity. So
Oh,
he
Bruce Campbell is
actually
so
was not
awesome.
stupid.
Question number 6.
Here comes the voice.
The Evil Dead franchise. Gary Granite is his name. The Evil Dead franchise. What is Ash's last name? And the Evil Dead franchise.
you serious?
That's the question. Yeah, we're throwing it out there.
Riley, would you have gotten this answer?
Extra
would.
$5 for the
Williams.
initial.
Ooh. That's $5 from your pocket,
That's correct.
not from our
Do we
budget.
know- what if do we know the full middle name?
5,
Yes.
4, 3,
I already wrote it
2.
down, but I'm ready.
For an extra $5, it does appear Dana has a beat on it. We'll go to the Deadites first. Your answer is
Ashley J for Jackass Williams.
is that correct for $5?
The J is correct. The jackass she can show.
That is good for a point and possibly $5 from Bruce Campbell's own personal stash. And now we go to the boomsticks. Ashley Williams.
Now they
as
got it
well.
there.
All right, so here is the slate we have so far. We have 2 more questions in round 1. Each team currently has 7 points. If you guys get the next 2 questions right, there's a bonus question that we will ask because you got a perfect score. So without further ado, Mr. Williams.
Question number 7. The category is action horror. Who plays Van Helsing in the 2004 action horror fantasy film Van Helsing?
I don't think I've ever seen that, Dan.
Hugh Jackman.
Is it?
No.
No.
Not a
That's
good
And it's not just
movie.
because this actor is the greatest showman on earth.
Hey, I see what you did there.
Whoopsie!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have to put down the pens.
Put down the pens, snap.
Team Boomstick. Your answer? It's a squiggly line. They did not get a point for this.
Have a blank.
Whoa.
Okay.
What would you like to know?
That is shocking.
Those guys didn't get that?
They didn't even get the hint that you just lobbed over the plate.
That was like a hanging fastball.
Yeah, that thing, you just
fool,
put
you
it on
better
a
be
tee.
right.
Wait, I remember now. Can I write it down?
No, you cannot.
Hey! No, you know the
Deadites.
rules.
Deadites.
Jack Hugeman.
Very close enough.
Hugh Jackman, it is written. Okay, we will take that. All right.
All right, so Hugh Jackman, despite the fact that Bruce did give you, like he said, a hanging fastball right over the plate, could not knock that one out of the park. We have one more question in round 1. Team Deadites, if you guys get this one correct, you alone will receive the bonus question. Sir.
Question number 8, category modern horror. Who plays Patrick Bateman in American Psycho? Who, I ask you?
Conferring, they are writing on the whiteboard.
I can't even
so
get this one wrong. The answer isn't even there.
There it is.
Christian Bale.
No
They're
hanging
learning. Don't give
softballs.
Campbell the answer.
No, we didn't cheat.
All right, 5,
4,
I said-
They're not answering.
2. Cards down.
We're going to go to the Deadites.
Christian Bale.
Give them a
Bale
point.
is correct.
And we go to the Boomsticks.
Rachel? I'm Bateman.
Okay. That sounds like a Batman playing American Psycho. That is a great round by the Boomsticks. Unfortunately, it was bested by the Deadites, who got a perfect round.
Perfect round for the bad guys, the
in round one.
Deadites.
And now we have your bonus question. This is just to you, so Boomsticks, you guys can take 5. Smoke if you got them. Your question, Team Deadites, is how many films have been released
5.
in the Final Destination franchise?
Final Destination. Bruce, have you seen the Final Destination movies?
Well, I set out to see it, but it didn't wind up to be my final destination.
4.
I set that
That's
up
not
for
a
you.
sip, that's a real one.
That's
3, 2, 1.
Always trust a man in a tie.
The man in the tie had 5, and they get
5
the
is
bonus
correct.
point.
They got the bonus.
All right. So it is now 10-8 at the end of round
Ooh,
1.
I got
We're
9.
to round 2. And Bruce, I think we're seeing a lot of ability out of both of your co-stars in the show.
Yeah, we're seeing something. A lot of bull is what I'm seeing.
Now, competitors, in round 2, here's how it works. Each team gets 1 spin at the wheel. If you don't like the category you spun, which I can't imagine it given this very special customized wheel for this.
Okay.
Whatever category it lands on, each team gets 6 questions, okay? So you'll get 6 questions from your category, and then the Boomsticks will get 6 questions from their category. The questions in this round are worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask for multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. I want y'all to keep this in mind. There is stealing available in round 2. So if we ask the Deadites a question and they don't know it, you guys can steal it, but you have to wait until they answer incorrectly. All right, so Deadites, you guys are in the lead. Would you prefer to spin right now, or would you like to let the Boomstick spin first?
All right, we're going to spin the wheel.
They're going to
Have
spin
at
the
that
wheel.
Dana.
That is a good strategy I've always employed.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
There it
No
is.
whammy. No, there's always time for no whammy.
There is a Bruce Campbell wedge on the wheel. Making it
and
stadium.
it's
Could it-
looking like,
So close.
80s horror movies is your category. Would you like to stick with it or spin again?
Not at all.
Not at all.
We're going to stick with it.
Oh.
That way, pressure's on.
Begrudgingly, Dana sticks with it. All right, and we're going to go right to 80s horror movies,
Okay,
which is my favorite.
Mark Riley will be administering the questions for 80s horror, which Whitney probably alive in that decade more so than Dana, thus his confidence in the category.
Oh, you have no idea.
All right.
Don't blow it.
Deadites, are you ready?
Old man now, too.
Yes, we're ready.
Ready, Deadites. Okay, your first question. Who played the father, Steve Freeling, in 1982?
Craig T. Nelson.
Oh, God. I'm thinking of that.
Bruce knows it.
Bruce is going to play along and actually
I
write
think
down.
Bruce is going to.
Before,
Oh, yeah.
after. Before, after.
Oh,
Before,
That's not right.
great part of
Five,
it.
Don't?
4,
Craig T.
Yeah.
Nelson.
You got it?
2. You don't have to write this down.
Okay,
you guys
good.
can just answer.
I just was like, yes. No, you say it.
Craig T. Nelson.
That is correct for 2 points.
Who else had Craig T. Nelson? Mr. Bruce Campbell.
Bruce is playing along, just like everybody at home.
showing you how good I am here, that's all. Don't
All
like
right,
to
Deadites.
show up my cohorts.
Ready for question 2?
Oh, okay. No, this is all us still.
That's
This
all
is-
you.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
we're going through. Number 2, in 1989's Pet Cemetery, Louis Creed discovers a cemetery that resurrects the dead. What family pet does he
A
bury
cat?
first to test the theory? You knew this, Ellis, didn't you?
We just need the animal. We don't need the name
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cat.
because
It
names
was,
are
it was
hard.
the cat.
That is correct for 2 points.
What was the cat's name, Dana?
Pussy McPusterson.
That's incorrect.
I know,
That's
I know the
okay.
cat's name. Do you?
What's the cat's name?
It was Church. Thank you. I'm here all
That's
week.
right.
Woo!
Good for all
The answer,
right.
Dana, was church.
Wait, is that for real?
That's
Pay
for real,
attention.
yeah.
I thought you just told me I needed to go there. That's just,
If I were you guys, if this was my game, I'd take a couple points away.
you.
For
I was,
general insubordination.
It's a fair point, but we'll move on to 3.
You forget to
Question
make the
3.
rules.
Deadites, are you ready for your question
Yes,
number
yes,
3?
we're ready.
In 1988's Child's Play, Charles Ray Lee gets turned into a murderous doll that goes
Chucky.
by what name?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is this a trick question?
this is not a trick question.
You are so mad. Chucky.
That is correct for 2 points.
Seems like both
Deadites.
teams knew the answer to that
Which,
one.
by the
running
way,
the
Chucky
table.
Ashley Slashy spinoff. Just saying.
I would love to see that. Please make that happen, Dana. All right, we're moving on to question 4. Who directed Jeff Goldblum in 1986's The Fly?
Oh. Oh, it's
Okay, yeah, you're on.
holy crap.
No, because I'm contributing.
I'm just scannering my answers here.
And
I see what you did there.
So-
Your answer?
This is
David Cronenberg.
Yeah.
that's correct.
It was
Another
David Cronenberg.
2 points.
Where were you in college when
Are
I had to take all
running
these
the
tests?
table.
Failing Greek history.
All right, and I would like to point out at this point of the match, there's 2 questions left for you guys in round 2. So far, you are throwing a perfect game. Overall, we've never had a perfect game.
Don't jinx it.
On any movie trivia spot. I'm an announcer. You guys just shouldn't talk about it with each other. 2 questions left. Riley, what's the next one?
All right, your next
Oh, God.
question. In 1987's The Lost Boys, Michael becomes a vampire by doing what?
Partying too hard.
I was going to say drugs. I was going to go drugs.
Drugs, kids.
You're
don't
both in the
do
ballpark.
drugs. Meth, not even once.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your answer, Team Deadites.
An album cover. Oh, ain't no bum cover for 400.
Album cover. Interesting, but incorrect.
Okay, so now you can steal this. This is a big steal.
Callback to the show.
Multiple choice.
You can't go to multiple choice if they didn't. So you have to guess out of the blue,
Can
unfortunately.
you repeat the question?
We certainly can.
In 1987's The Lost Boys, Michael becomes a
Even though-
vampire by doing what? It is one of their
Jumping?
rules that they took.
From a cliff?
Okay.
Doing a show for stars.
Need an answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final answer, boomsticks.
Surfing.
Incorrect as well. I'm sorry, we were looking for
Was it Barty?
drinking blood, as vampires are
Yep.
wont to do.
Yep. And that.
I thought this was Clamato.
What's a Colorado with you?
All right, we didn't run the table there. Sorry, Mr. Ellis probably jinxed you, Dana, as you said.
Yeah, maybe there
Look
was.
at how happy you are about
There was some to that jinx, perhaps.
All right, we are going to the last question in 1980s horror movies, and it is, in The Shining, what makes Jack a dull boy?
Yeah. Wait, can I actually put some? Where's my typewriter? We ready?
We're ready for you.
Although I want to say, but then you have to do your Jack Nicholson impression. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
That is correct
Wow.
for 2
Or you could
points.
say, all work and fucking no play.
There it is.
Makes Jack a fucking dull boy.
That's 3 points right there. And with that, Bruce Campbell has the most points of anybody in this round.
Who
Because-
was playing along with us
Because
right
Christ almighty, Stan, how many fucking takes do you want to do on me chopping through the fucking bathroom door?
That was maybe the best Nicholson. I've seen them all, kids. That might be the best Nicholson impression of the bunch. And I don't know how the Boomsticks are going to follow that, but you guys need to get some points. Now, mathematically, you can end up tying them by the end of this round if you pitch a perfect round 2. In order to do that, we would need Ray to spin that wheel and get a category you want.
And we would most importantly need them to know more.
Math checks out, Bruce.
It does not appear they're going to get the Bruce Campbell
All
category.
right,
this
we
one.
landed on Thriller.
Thriller. You want to spin again, or do you like staying on Thriller?
Boring. Boring category.
They're spinning
again.
again, everybody. They
That
are
seems
spinning again
unfair.
away from Thriller.
That seems unfair.
Big spin.
Are you sure?
It's
Because this is it, right?
And again,
Oh, yeah.
this is it.
This is it. Whatever you land on, you're stuck with.
No.
And you know they want that Bruce Campbell category
Yes,
more
Ray,
than
Ray,
anything.
go for it.
It could.
Oh! They land. Oh, this is a strength for John Schnepp. John Carpenter films.
Woo!
That's a good spin.
This is a
They really
huge
wanted that.
turn of events because John Schnepp does not celebrate about a lot of things. But when he spins John Carpenter, whether it's the real guy or just a wedge in his honor, he gets excited.
A warning. I was in Escape from L.A., Mother Scratcher.
Oh, I know. You were the
That's you.
surgeon.
So don't try and pull something fancy on me.
Not trying anything.
With
Were you
your
in
little-
Escape from LA?
Yeah, he was.
Yes, he was.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, he was.
Oh, hey.
Ellis.
Hey, have the Evil Dead guys on our show. We know all about their stuff.
I saw Escape from LA like 80 times because I worked at a movie theater that summer.
He was the plastic surgeon under heavy makeup.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Just done by the great Rick Baker, that's all.
Just Rick Baker.
Yeah, just Rick Baker.
Rick Baker, a legend of werewolves and Star Wars fame. Okay, we're going to go to John Carpenter is the spin, and your first question of 6 is, what actor was nominated for an Oscar in the movie Starman? And you don't have to write this one down. There's no spelling involved, Schnepper Ray. You can write it down if you want to, but you don't.
They are writing it down.
You can literally just confirm.
Jeff Bridges.
Movies are so cool.
We're going to go with Jeff Bridges.
2 points.
2
and a great
points.
impression.
And 2 points for Bruce, who is playing along with us right here. He did write down Jeff Bridges.
Okay, your next question. A Plymouth Fury is a killer car in what movie?
It would be called Christine.
2 more
not even-
points.
Barely 2 seconds passed, and Schnepp has nailed it.
Oh,
All right.
sticks. Okay, they are on the
What's up
comeback
with the
trail.
graphics with the
Your
questions?
next question is, what words can often be seen when Nada puts on the glasses in They Live? Snap, just writing a lot. Although he does not have to write on the whiteboard.
He doesn't have to,
He
but
prefers
obey.
to answer questions that way.
It's his process.
And we're going to allow him to
That's
do it.
fine. The whiteboard's there. Might as well use it.
They're pitching a perfect game halfway through, or at least a perfect round. 3 more questions, and you could be tied with the Deadites. Your next question is, which Baldwin brother of the famous Baldwin family portrays Tony Montoya in John Carpenter's Vampire?
Easy. Gummo.
Ooh, oh.
Gummo. Gummo Baldwin.
Baldwin?
Yeah, he doesn't work much.
He's
No?
He's the black
It's
sheep
not
of the
Alec.
family.
weird they went with Gummo after all those normal names
Simon?
they had for their other. 5, 4.
We're going to go
3,
multiple choice.
2.
Multiple choice.
Answer.
Yo, shut up.
Whoa.
It's getting competitive over there.
I like this.
Your
Does this happen
multiple
on
choice
set?
options are.
All right.
We wanted to seal it.
Here's your multiple choice
We're
options.
doing multiple choices. I
Is it
guess.
A, Alec Baldwin?
No.
Is it B, Daniel Baldwin? Is it C, Billy Baldwin? Or is it D,
Chili Willy
Stephen
Baldwin.
Baldwin?
Can we repeat them, please?
A,
Chili Willy
Alec,
Baldwin.
B, Daniel,
Billy Baldwin.
C, Billy, or D, Stephen?
We're
Okay,
gonna
we
go-
need an
We're
answer.
going to go with Billy Baldwin.
They are incorrect.
Steven.
Steele.
It is Daniel Baldwin.
1
That is
point.
correct. 1 point.
There's a Daniel Baldwin.
That was a
massive steal.
huge steal. No longer can they catch him and tie up, and they just pulled ahead.
And
One extra
even
point.
after I eliminated Gummo off the list.
Unbelievable. You
Gummo's the most popular
practically
You asked
gave
for
them that
multiple
one.
choice. There are only 4 Baldwins.
I don't know all the Baldwins.
You got to think about strategy. John Schnepp, not a reader of People magazine. Your next question, Mr. Schnepp.
No more Baldwin questions.
This
got
definitely does not involve a Baldwin. It does involve a member of the Brimley family. Wilford Brimley plays the role of Blair in what John Carpenter fan favorite?
That would be called The Thing.
2 points.
That's correct. 2 points.
Back on the winning side, and they could really use one more correct answer, and luckily we have one more question for them to achieve just that goal. Your last question in round 2 to get within 3 points of the Titans known as the Deadites. Name the actor who portrayed Brain in Escape from New York.
That would be Harry Dean Stanton.
2 points.
Wow. Deep cut. Pulls it out. Look at that.
Bam.
And a fun fact, Escape from New York is actually the prequel to the Bruce Campbell classic Escape from LA.
That's true.
That is the end of round 2, and we have a barn burner on our hands
Man.
thanks to a great performance by both the Deadites and the Boomstick. It is 21-18.
Unbelievable.
Bruce, this is going into the last round now. Who do you see coming out on top?
Well, at this point, I think what's important is that they understand the necessity of the color commentator. The role of the color commentator is really much more important than the contestant. Because you'll be gone next week. I'll still be here.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it doesn't really matter either of them. If I showed favoritism, I would hear it on the set, and they're already very difficult to work with.
Very fair answer there, Riley.
It's honest and to the point. I like it.
But Bruce Campbell doing two things: dodging my question, also solidifying a permanent spot here
That's
on the
pretty damn
announcer
good,
desk.
pretty damn
So,
good, isn't it?
well done right there. And what we
So
need
if we get canceled,
is
You're back here.
you come on back
We got a
anytime.
spot
I
for
think
you
should
right
have
here.
them just so we could read more answers as the host asking questions.
Okay.
That's original.
That's a good one.
I come back for that.
Deadites, because you all are in the lead, you get to select your number first. Here's how round 3 works. It's very simple. Each team is going to give us a series of numbers that range from 1 to 20. It could be 1, 2, 3. It could be 4, 5, 10. It could be 11, 13, 15.
It's 1 in the
Whatever
morning,
your lucky number
but I
is
still
range
have
from
to
1
do
20.
this.
Those numbers all correspond to a category up here at our answer desk. You're going to be answering questions from 3 different categories. Okay? So, Deadites, you can select your numbers first.
How many numbers do we pick?
3 that range from 1 to 20.
We're going to choose 1, 2, and 3.
oh my
Bold
God, that's so
strategy,
original.
Bruce.
That's just right
It's
off
so
the bat
original.
there.
Those are my lucky numbers. I hit them
Awesome.
on roulette all the time.
How did you come up with that?
Then commercials.
I'm not telling you my strategy for my lucky numbers.
Let's see if the boomsticks
Get your
can
own.
come up with a higher count. What are the 3 numbers you would like to
18,
select?
19, and 20.
11, 17, and 20.
Okay,
Hey, all right. Change it up a bit.
Like the originality there. We are going to go to the boomsticks first for your first question. Your first question in round 3 is worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points, and the last question is worth 5 points. As soon as
Way
one
too
team
much math.
is mathematically eliminated, the game is over, and we will declare a winner. Deadites are not up yet. Boomsticks, your first category for 2 points. You selected number 11. That is in the category of Mr. Steven Spielberg movies.
So stressed out.
Is this written down or verbal?
Just verbal, you guys
Okay.
can get, but you guys don't need to weigh in on this. This is just for the boomsticks.
Okay.
And your question is, what is the name of Laura Dern's character in Jurassic Park? We just
Ellie.
need the first name. We just need the first name. We will accept the last name as well. For 2 points, you have
Ellie.
Schnepp is right.
5 seconds, 4, 3,
Dana is scoring
2, 1.
answers.
And we need an answer.
We wrote down doctor because we do not know.
She
what
is a
it
doctor.
Ellie Sandler.
That would be her first name, technically, doctor.
It's more of a prefix
I'm
than
sorry,
a
what her
name,
credits, if you look it up, it's doctor whatever.
But we were looking for Dr. Ellie Sadler.
Yes,
is
Ellie Sattler.
the answer. So,
Can you, as a color commentator, sometimes I comment on the rules of the game. Can you split their rewards? One got doctor, one got the first name.
It was their question and they got it wrong.
Yes, they did. They did indeed get it wrong.
I agree with
Don't have to
Bruce
be a
Campbell on
referee.
this.
No points awarded, unfortunately, Schnepp and Ray.
What?
We are winning fair and square, okay? This is not a cheat.
ladies and
And
gentlemen,
my
if you're,
chair is
if you're
that-
joining us
You're
late,
winning
not only do you have
because
a
your
great
partner's
matchup
feeding you
going
the
on right
answers.
now,
Running away.
Bruce Campbell's color commentary career is in jeopardy. Stay tuned. Your next question.
If I come back,
the
I want the
boomsticks.
ability to change the fucking rules.
Okay.
You're not the first person to make that statement. You selected number 17 for your 3-point question.
Yeah.
That category corresponds to 1970s movies. 1970s movies. For 3 points, your question is, Ned Beatty, Ronnie Cox, Burt Reynolds, and John Voight all take a ill-fated canoe trip in what movie?
Oh, I think
Squeal like a pig, baby.
Yeah.
We are tied at 21.
that is correct, Schnepp.
We are tied at 21 points, and now the action moves over to the Deadites because we will be asking your 2-point question. For that, we go to the semi-golden throat of Mark Yodi Riley.
There we go. You had the numbers 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Category number 1 is in the category of Tom Cruise films. Tom Cruise. For 2 points, Who plays the villainous arms dealer Owen Davian?
Felicimo
in Mission
Horman.
Impossible 3.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Was it Philip Seymour Hoffman?
That is correct, Bruce.
That was to the Deadites.
That was
Bruce.
to the
Oh, I'm
Deadites.
sorry. I'm sorry, I was trying to
Your
concentrate.
movie trivia knowledge is pretty damn
All right.
good, I will say, though.
The
But
guy
I
is good.
Notice I did make the triangulation. Tom Cruise, Philip Seymour Hoffman. They were in a movie together. They could have been in 2 movies together.
Do you want to switch and I'll do your job as comedic competitor? That'd be fun. Let's do that.
I think you really want to play the game.
You get on the winning team.
Get on the winning team, dude.
Unfortunately, we do need to stick with the rules. It's not
Okay,
fair
then
to the
we knew the
fans
answer,
out there.
though.
So I
here's-
say we answer, ask another one.
Here's what we'll do.
Bruce.
As the closest
Bruce
thing,
wants
Stop trying to change the rules, Dana.
as the closest thing to the commissioner on the desk, I'm going to give you another Tom Cruise question of equal challenge. And your question is, name a movie that features both Tom Cruise and
Night
Cameron
and Day.
Diaz.
Oh, that's the wrong.
Oh, here's a big clue.
I know.
He,
Vanilla
he rides a motorcycle in it.
I said Vanilla Sky.
Yes,
Hey,
that's
that's correct. 2 points.
All right.
Here's the trivia question you really want. What Tom Cruise movie does he not ride a motorcycle in?
Legend.
No, the one with
No, not
Yes!
true. In the bloopers, he does.
in the cocktail movie. What is it?
Cocktail.
Thank you.
The cocktail movie is known as Cocktail. We are now going to go back to the boomsticks.
What's
And
going on?
I want to set the table right now. If you're just joining us, on the movie Trivia Schmoedown Celebrity, we have come down to the final question for the boomsticks. If they get this right, we keep playing. If they miss it, then Team Deadites, Dana and Whitney, have won to ask. The last question to the boomsticks is none other than Mr. Answer himself, Bruce Campbell.
Mr.
The Partridge Family. Oh, no.
This is in the category
Sorry,
of
that's your playlist.
musical.
Yeah.
So-
That's what we play after.
Are we doing-
musicals. Just that question
that
right
one.
there. And I'll cover up the answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the category is musicals. Who played Fantine in 2012's
Anne Hathaway.
Les Mis? Who?
Remember, this is
played
the question
Fantine?
for the boomsticks. This is
Which version of
this is not your question.
Anne
Not your question.
Hathaway.
This is not your question.
The
John
20
Schnepp got it.
John Schnepp got it. That's a big
John
get right
Schnepp
there.
got it.
Big 5 points.
So now we go back to the Deadites. You need to get at least your 5-pointer, but before we get to that, we will get to your 3-point question.
I feel like we won 5 rounds ago, but okay.
You selected number 2. Mark Riley will be asking that question for 3 points and a tie.
All right, guys, you ready? Number 2, in the category of classics. What legendary director of such classics as The Maltese Falcon and Key Largo also directed the 1982 adaptation of Annie?
I just saw this movie.
Yes. Okay, that's what I thought. Yes.
I got it.
John
if they don't.
Huston.
That's correct for 3 points.
And Bruce Campbell agrees that it is right.
The Deadites
Just saw
have
the movie.
tied the game.
Oh my
It
God!
all comes down to this.
Wow.
So once again, you guys get the question right, then you guys win. If you get the question wrong, we move on to overtime. God, I hope they get it right,
I
Bruce.
hope they do.
Bruce, here's your question.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. You do not get another question. For 5.
The category.
I
The
know,
category is westerns.
Oh God.
What was the 3rd and final film to be released in Sergio Leone's legendary The Man with No Name spaghetti western trilogy? What was the 3rd and final film in that trilogy? Sergio Leone. Long lingering close-ups of Henry Fonda's blue eyes. What?
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's the good, the bad, and the hey lady!
And your winner
Woo!
by a score of 30.
I didn't even knew that one.
The Deadites, Whitney Seibel, Dana DiLorenzo, take it.
And
What do they win?
What a match. They win absolutely nothing other than the love and adoration of their fans.
Enduring respect.
Bruce Campbell, you have our enduring respect. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much, Bruce.
I had all the answers.
He knew the answers.
Actually did have all
28
the answers. Make sure
in
that you
total.
guys catch Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3 on Stars, February 25th. One more huge round of applause from the throngs of dozens of people in our studio. Mr. Bruce Campbell, David DiLorenzo, and Grace Santi.